Yo guys, I'm Niek from the Produce School and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a deep house bass like Joel Corry in Zero. I will go over all the steps that are necessary in order to achieve the deep sound you want. If you guys are interested in more deep house sounds, make sure to check out our pack Vision, which is a complete deep house bundle. The pack also contains plenty of deep house basses, so if you're interested in that, definitely check it out in the link in the description. Without further ado, let's move straight into the video. This video will probably be not that long and I want to keep it very simple, but still I want to go into all the details of the sound and explain it to you guys. I already loaded in a Joel Corry kind of bass line, and with the default serum patch it sounds like this. And when you analyze the sound Joel Corry is using in his drops, you immediately hear that it's a kind of organ bass with a 7 note on top of it. If you didn't hear it yourself, it's something that you need to learn by just practicing sound design. A 7 note has this typical sound which sounds like this. And when you use a sine wave, it sounds like this. It just has a typical sound that you can recognize if you have heard this more often. So for this sound we're going to use the analog BD sine for both oscillators, so we can keep it on those. Then we're going to pitch down oscillator A 2 octaves. Oscillator A is basically functioning as a sublayer, and oscillator B is the top layer with the 7 note I already told you guys about. Together you already get that organ kind of vibe. That sound is pretty simple, so that sounds like this. Let's directly head over to the envelope section, which is right here, and turn down the sustain completely, so you get this infinite icon on top of it. Then we're going to pull back the decay a bit, so we shorten this sound. Something like this, we can fine tune it later on. So another important part is to add a bit of FM from B. So basically you are modulating oscillator A with the output of oscillator B, and that sounds like this. Make sure you don't do it too much because you will get that kind of crappy high sound. You don't want that, you want to keep the low vibe, so make sure you don't overdo the effect. Alright, so the structure of the sound is already there. You will also already kinda recognize the sound. So now let's turn on the filter by selecting this knob right here. And we have to turn on both oscillator A and B, so they both get routed through the filter into the FX section. So let's turn them all on. Now we're going to drag envelope 1 into the envelope, and now we're going to play around with the filter. I think I want to go for an MG low 12 or 18. I'm just going to listen to it, what sounds the best. So MG low 18 filter does the job right here. Let's move on to the next part of this bass. We're going to use envelope 2 as an envelope that we're going to link to the master pitch, so we can add some attack to the sound. So let's just make it really short. You can use like a 10 milliseconds decay. Then you need to go to the matrix, select envelope 2 as the source, and then go to global master tune. Now you can determine the amount you want envelope 2 to affect the master tune. So we don't want it to do that too much, so I think around 25. Let's even make it a bit shorter. Alright, so let's move on to the FX section, which is really going to make the difference for this sound. Perhaps I want this to be a bit longer. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to apply some distortion to it. I'm going to go for the hard clip and just put the drive to like 68 or something. It just gives that harsh kind of top to the sound, which just makes it more fat. Alright, so let's move on to some compression. For this kind of basses, I almost always use the multiband function, just because it fattens up the sound so much. Serum has this function that you can put a filter after the multiband compressor, so you can make the multiband a bit less harsh or a bit less prominent. So let's turn on the multiband by clicking this button right here, and let's turn up the gain to like 8 dB or something. You can hear this click doesn't really sound that nice, so we're going to drag this high level on the multiband compressor down a bit. As you can hear, the difference is pretty big. So let's now open up a filter, just the MG Low 6 filter. A subtle filter will really do the job for this, just to clean the sound up a little bit. So another thing that I heard on the bass is a delay. So let's open up the delay and select like 1/8 or 1/16. We can use a slap kind of delay to get that wide effect on the bass. And let's just pull the mix down a bit, and that sounds like this. Alright, so after this I want some reverb. This reverb to be really subtle, so let's move down the decay and the size and increase the low cut so we don't like put reverb on the sub frequencies. I think I want to change something on the delay. Look, a bit less mix already did the job. So basically that's already it for this sound. You just use 2 oscillators with sine waves, and you just use all the functions of Serum to create a bass that you want. If you want to give your own twist to this bass, I would recommend to try out some different wavetables on oscillator B, or I would add some chorus or another kind of effect, so you can so you can make the sound a bit more unique. If you really want to stick to that Joel Corry sound, I would just recommend to do something like I showed you here. Of course, if you really want to stick to the Joel Corry sound, I would just recommend to do something like I showed you guys here. Let's now play this all together with some sidechain and a kick, so you guys get a bit of a reference of what it sounds like. I hope you guys like this short sound design video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, leave a comment and leave a like so we can see the support you guys are giving on these kind of videos. As I told you in the beginning of the video, you can still check out our Deep House bundle Vision in the link in the description. It contains plenty of sounds like this, and it also contains samples, project files and much more. You can find all the useful information on our website, tpschool.com. or just click the link in the description. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Can we stop pretending like no one has to see? I don't know about you, but I'm falling so